So 007, new movie coming out.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't heard this?
Idris Elba?
No.
Oh.
007 is going to be a black woman.
Okay.
So I'm curious what you think. I just sprung this on you
Okay.
on live, not live.
I'm not surprised.
So I was totally down for Idris Elba. Don't care. White, black, doesn't matter to me. I feel like a critical part, and this isn't James Bond, but of the character that I watched 007 be, is the seductive aspect.
Yeah, well, maybe she'll be really seductive.
Maybe. Maybe they'll do it interestingly. I have no idea.
Is it set in 2019?
It's set in 2019. Well, it's set with an old Daniel Craig, and I guess they're trying to have him be like, no, this is still a James Bond movie. So he's in the beginning. Apparently, what they've said, and mild spoilers for the beginning, is that he will try to seduce her at the beginning. I presume unsuccessfully. Which
of course.
Yeah, of course. Because now he can't do it.
Of course.
And it's just, I think what that...
Well, no, it's not because he's old. It's because she's special.
Well, this is an interesting thing. It made me think of the culture code and how in different cultures, different words have different meanings.
Sure.
And in the culture code, they were trying to research what sex and seduction meant in France. And in France, it's like a game. Mm-hmm. And in America, they're trying to understand what seduction was. And it's deception. Trickery, manipulation is what seduction codes as in the American brain, which is unfortunate, honestly, that's why
when you go to Europe for the first time, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah, that their attitude towards it is actually far more egalitarian, which is weird because the way that they're going to show that she is an equal to James Bond is that she will not engage in intercourse with him or anything like that. Not that she could if she wanted to, not that that she is.
She'll say no.
Yes.
Instead of seducing him.
Exactly. And
Should be a funny scene.
It's just interesting that that's the way that Americans think of it.
The only thing that comes to my mind, did you ever see the Trevor Noah stand-up where he talks about Idris Elba being James Bond?
No.
So, oh really? It's hilarious. So he says, I saw it and I was all on board. I was like, yeah, Black Lives Matter. I'm going to have a black James Bond. This is amazing. We have to do this. Everyone who says that this can't happen, you're a racist. This is bad. He's like all on board. And then he went to Scotland and he was the only black guy. And he's walking around. He's like, this would make for a pretty bad spot. He's like, Idris Elba walks in, like slow motion walks in. Yeah. Oh, shaken, not stirred. James Bond. Yeah, I know. How'd you know? You're the only... I got you. He just goes on this whole thing of like, there's a car chase, you know?
Yeah.
And they're going through and then like Idris Elba escapes into a crowd and they go, oh, there he is. It's the black guy. Because he's the only black guy in Scotland. So it's like, there's no melting into a crowd.
Yeah, he's going to have to go abroad for this one. Well, she's going to have to go abroad.
So that was Trevor Noah's
Definitely not Scotland. Or at least not be a super spy. Yeah, so I'm
not surprised by this at all.
I just hope that I'm
curious to see how it does.
Make whatever movie you want. Some of my favorite scenes in Casino Royale are the interplay between Vesper and James. Is that scene on the train where they flirt and he ends with, how is your meal? He's skewered, one sympathizes. That entire scene I love so much. And
maybe she'll be a dope seductress.
Maybe. And maybe it'll be awesome. I'm not anticipating that. I feel like it's the way that female empowerment is often depicted is not that. It's weirdly... Not weirdly, it just doesn't involve relationships. Female empowerment is almost defined by there is no man. That's the Frozen thing. Like, okay, he's in the background. And I don't mind that that's the case, but I like that in my James Bond movies that there's that tension, which I am presuming is not going to be there. Yeah. So we'll see. If it gets good reviews, I'll see it. If it doesn't,
Speaking
I'll
of franchises that are a million years old, do you see they're making a new Top Gun?
Yeah.
Apparently Tom Cruise is insane, and in a good way, I mean this. He refused to do any of it CGI.
Oh, that's how he's been for a long time.
Listen, we're going to do this in fighter planes, so we got to find actors and actresses that can handle the G-force of a fighter plane, because some humans just pass out.
And cameras that can take 9 Gs.
Exactly. They bought special cameras that can take 9 Gs. So these actors are just like trying to remember their lines while they're like in and out of blackout.
Yeah, it's going to be method acting at its finest.
It's also, no, he's like, it's real. You'll really see what it's like to be affected by that, because it's not someone just pretending. Yeah, it's someone whose blood is actually aggressively trying to get them to pass out. I watched him on
Conan. He's so into it, man.
Yeah, he's so charismatic.
And I think he's almost totally carried by his passion. He obviously does a lot of things right, but he is. I love movies. I love flying. He's just into everything that he does, which is
I like that he
contagious.
I wanted to, if we ever do a breakdown on group interactions, he does a really good job of him and Conan are talking, and he keeps engaging Andy, the other guy, who refuses to let him just be a wallflower, which I'm sure Andy loves him for.
Interesting. And I noticed, I did the breakdown on him. I remember he's very good with names. He constantly, he's he's personal in the way that he interacts with people, as I think.
No, I was watching. I was like, Conan probably thinks he's cool, but I'm sure Andy loves him because he keeps being like, "What do you?" Not just like making jokes about him, being like, "What do you think? What would your name be if you were a pilot, like a fighter pilot?"
Yeah,
and it's just cool to.
And he's not even facing him. I actually watched it after you said so. He like remembers that he's on his 6.
Yeah.
On your 6.
No, I think it would be a good breakdown.
We could do it.